Hello and Happy New Year. I'm Deb Keyes with Stampin' on the Hill. Thank you for joining me today. Wow, it's been quite a year, hasn't it? It's gone by so quickly. But here we are, New Year. And I wanted to let you know too that the January through April mini catalog is coming. It will be live on January 7th, as well as the Sale-A-Bration catalog. I touched on that last time just briefly. But if you want like a hard copy of it, get in contact with me. I will have links to the electronic version in a special edition newsletter that I'm going to put out next week on the 8th. So watch for that in your email. If you're not an email subscriber, make sure you get subscribed. I'll put a link in the description so that you can get subscribed for the email so you don't miss anything. What else? So today I have for you a fractured card, which apparently I don't recall it in my history of 20 some years, but it's kind of cool. You may have seen a little sneak peek of it on a couple of cards that I made for some occasions that I had coming up just recently. And so let's just get started and let's show you how to make them. It's really pretty simple. I was kind of surprised. So let's get started. So here we have some supplies. My card base is going to be out of thick white. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I always like to get my supplies ready. And I do all the stamping first and the gluing last. So there's a card base. We also have, let's see, a piece of regular basic white. This is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then I also have Blackberry Bliss 2 by 2. These are going to layer together. And then I have a piece of designer series paper, and this is new. This is going to be a freebie with a qualifying purchase from Sale-A-Bration. So this is only January and February. And I think I can show you the whole pack of paper here. I don't know that I've shown this to you before. So here's the piece that we're using, and that's the back side. And here's the back. Do 2 pieces at a time so you can see both the sides here. You get 2 sheets of each, 12 by 12. And this is, like I said, free with a qualifying purchase, but only while supplies last. So make sure you get in on that. And I'm also using some glimmer paper. The glimmer paper is from the 2004-2005 in colors. And it's a 12 by 12 sheet. There's 1 sheet of each of the 5 colors. And this glimmer paper is awesome because it's glittery and stuff, but it does not come off. So this is kind of cool. Best way that I like to use glitter, because I'm not a glitter girl, really. It gets everywhere and I hate it. So, okay, so first things first, let's move some of this out of the way. We're going to do just a little bit of stamping first. And let's see what I've got. We're using the Natural Botanicals. This is new in the January through April mini catalog. And this is a reversible stamp set. So that's why you've got the grayed out version, so you can see what the backside looks like. And all you do, I'm using this big green leafy one for today's project, but all you do is flip it over, this one's got ink on it already because I was playing with it, but you just flip it over to use that grayed outside. All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to use the Shy Shamrock. Oh, I chose the Shy Shamrock glimmer paper too. I'm going to bring in just a piece of this is just printer paper, and ink up this. Because I want to just stamp it off on something. And I'm not real worried about my glass mat surface so much. I know it looks like I'm going to kind of go off the page, and I am. This is going to end up being more like a diamond shape. So I'm going to kind of get my bearings by just lining it up like this. All right, so let's get this out of the way. Bring in my chamois a minute. And I want to make sure I clean this off. Okay, I think we're good. Then we're going to use, I've got the thank you stamp from the Something Fancy. Let's see if I can open the Blackberry Bliss. And we're going to ink this up, the thank you. And I'm going to put that here in the center. So you see, I didn't want that such a dark green, otherwise it would have just washed my thank you right out. But so I think that's all the stamping. Oh, I know what else I was going to do. I was going to stamp the inside of the card. So let's do that a second. Bring this back in. I still don't think I want to use the whole, bring this back into, I still don't think I want to use it all full strength. But I thought we could just quick, so we'll throw it under there so I don't get it all over the place. If we could just quick do a little like this, and then another one, twist it, and that's kind of cute. Yep, just a little something on the inside before we put away our Shy Shamrock ink. All right, that's the inside. All right, so then we're gonna glue this layer to the Blackberry Bliss layer. That kind of lined up there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the DSP Designer Series paper for those of you who are new watching. And I'm going to line this up with the grids on my glass mat here. You can use grid paper. You don't have to use anything, but this is just a little tip to show you, if you're a perfectionist, how to, and you can put this anywhere. All right. So it doesn't matter where we end up putting this on the paper. I'm going to kind of end up centering it. So I'm going to bring in, this is the perfectionist tip for you. I'm going to bring in another little ruler and line it up with one of these lines. And that actually looks pretty darn good. So let's try that again. That's pretty centered. Okay, so we're going to glue this down. All right, I dry fit it once, but we're going to try it one more time before we finish our glue. And yeah, I'm good with that. Okay. Then we're going to take these strips, and I'm going to use one of them as a guide. I'm just going to dry fit it right here as a guide up along this upper left side of our diamond. And then I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to just add some glue right close here, because you only have a little 1/4 inch strip, and I'm going to go all the way to the edge using my imagination here. And then I'm going to butt this one up to make sure those are butted up together. I'm going to bring in my paper snips, and I'm going to trim this off. It's easiest to trim it upside down, actually. And then we're going to use another one, and So our first one is kind of out of the picture now. We only needed that to line up that first one. And then we're going to continue lining these up like this. And we're going to turn our paper counterclockwise. And we're just going to keep going. You probably could just glue the back of the paper too, I suppose, the glimmer paper. Let's try that a minute. I'm going to cut this kind of straight. At least I think it's straight, so that I have a straight edge for the next time. And then I'll trim that one off. And then we're going to give this another 1/4 of a turn. And so here's another way you can glue. So if you can kind of use your fingers to guess about how long you're going to need it, then you can bring your glue in and glue just the back of this. You can always go back around if you find that you didn't get it close enough to the edge. Do that too. Let's try this way. It's harder to see on the front, isn't it? And this one's not going to work. So we need one more part of a piece. So we're going to do this one more time and twist this one more 1/4 of a turn. And now this one's going to go like this. So we're going to need about this much. Let's get our glue. Butt that up to there. And then trim. And there you have the fractured card. Well, at least the beginning of it. Realistically, that's all of the project. So now we're just going to glue it onto our card base. Get my corners a little better here. And center that on there. I don't think I probably remembered to tell you that my DSP is actually 4 by 5 1/4, which is, the typical layer size of a layer on top of a regular size card base. So there you have it. Easy peasy. I hope you enjoyed that. I thought it was fun. I had never tried one of these before, so I thought, well, this is something good for Stamping 301. Anyway, I hope you all have a great new year. Until next time, thanks for watching.